Hey, I am going to be reading August 28th entry from Hope for Today, Courage to Change, and One Day at a Time. The August 28th entry is on page 241. Come read along if you have the books. If not, you could listen. So August 28th. Before Al-Anon, I had a false sense of self. Because of their diseases, my alcoholic father and my mother, who grew up in an alcoholic home, couldn't see themselves clearly. They weren't able to help me, either. As I grew up, it seemed that my parents couldn't see me at all. I felt invisible and voiceless. I had no idea of my likes and dislikes, let alone what I would or would not accept in a relationship. I felt empty inside. When there did seem to be something inside me, it felt like someone else's experience. Al-Anon changed all that. I heard suggestions such as keep the focus on yourself and take your own inventory instead of someone else's. These ideas perplexed me. Who was I? I didn't know myself. The person I knew as a teenager my mother considered a burden. My father criticized me incessantly. There had to be more to me than that. By working the steps, especially the first four, I came to know who I am. In step 1, I experienced myself as someone who insanely tried to control alcoholism but couldn't. I came to know my powerlessness. In step 2, I considered the existence of and possible help from a power my senses couldn't define. I came to know my God as I understand her. In step 3, I experienced my yearning to trust that power, who was greater than me. I came to know my surrendered self. And in step 4, I experienced my ability to define myself. Rather than let others do the job, I came to know me. Thought for the day. In Al-Anon, I can safely do the work of defining myself, rather than allowing others to do the job. The real truth might be that we are far more valuable and lovable than other people have led us to believe. Courage to be me, page 122. I really like this, especially the reading in the very end. The real truth might be that we are far more valuable and lovable than other people have led us to believe. Even though I can't fully relate to this specific reading, I can relate to that quote. And for me, that's reason to stay in the program. So, and I also could relate to, over there, I had no idea of my likes and dislikes, let alone what I would do or would not accept in a relationship. Yeah, and feeling empty on the inside. A sense of it, at least, growing up. Okay, I'll move on to Courage Change. Same page 241, August 28th. I had never dared to trust another person the way I trusted my first Al-Anon sponsor. With faltering self-confidence, I had asked her to sponsor me. I was a mess. Would she have me? I was sure she would turn me down because I thought I was not worth saving. Her positive response really took me by surprise. Gently, she guided me through the steps. I was so desperate to feel better that I was willing to try whatever Al-Anon tool or idea she suggested. I lived, breathed, and ate Al-Anon. One lonely day I phoned her, crying out in despair that I'd never get the hang of feeling better. What she said at that critical time was, "I don't know anyone who is as willing to work the program as you are." My spirit soared. She had said to me what I wouldn't say to myself, but I knew that it was true. I was very willing. In that moment of acknowledgement, I knew I'd be okay, because I had what it took. In time, her example helped me learn to give that kind of acknowledgement to myself. I had taken a chance. I had trusted. And as a result, I learned that I was worth saving. Today's reminder. Learning to value myself can begin by having the courage to find and use a sponsor. Quote, "Nothing we do, however virtuous, can be accomplished alone. Therefore, we are saved by love." That quote is from Reinhold Niebuhr. Wow, this is amazing. Nothing we do, however virtuous, can be accomplished alone. Yeah. I mean, wow. The program stresses sponsors for a reason for that, too, because, yeah, and sponsors gotta be somebody outside your friends, outside your family, and it's like outside the realm of the inner circle, basically, and that is a really good view, like a bird's eye view from a third party. And yeah, I've had multiple sponsors. I don't call them every day. Because I am a work in progress, progress, not perfection, one day at a time. Easy does it. I really like that. I really like that. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to be reading from One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. Moving on to page 241, August 28th, and One Day at a Time. There's one meaning to the phrase, forgetting myself, that admonishes me not to lose my temper. When someone says something rash or ugly, we say they are forgetting themselves, meaning they are forgetting their best selves in a sudden fit of uncontrolled anger. Someone in Al-Anon meeting spoke of this in telling how her mother helped her overcome a fiery temper when she was a little girl. Whenever I had a tantrum, my mother would say very quietly, "You're forgetting yourself, dear. Modulate your voice and then it won't hurt so much." That always brought me up short and made me ashamed. Once I answered, "All right, mother, I will remember myself." And finally, all she had to say was, "Forgetting yourself? Modulate." And we'd both laugh. Today's reminder. If I remember the kind of person I want to be, I won't forget myself and yield to an angry surge of temper. I will remember to modulate my voice. Quiet always sets the stage for calm. Quote, "Forget not thyself in times of anger." Wow. This is a really good perspective about anger and about separating that from the self and not becoming anger. All right. And thank you for listening and reading along or listening along with me on August 28th entries from all 3 recovery books. I hope you all got what you needed from that, and hit subscribe, and hopefully you can listen in more and we can read more entries together. All right, remember, keep going, keep coming back to meetings. You are worthwhile, you are worth it. Go get a sponsor, work the steps and traditions, and all you gotta do is one step at a time. All right, love ya. Mwah.